At the end of the day, it's just basketball. See, I don't know why we could not have done Sportsville like 3 days ago, right after we beat the Nuggets. Why do we have to do it after game 2 of the Mavericks? Welcome back to Sportsville, everyone. I don't know what episode it is. I think we're probably like around the 50. I don't know if we can put the episode title on the title. But yeah, a lot of NBA playoffs. We are in the conference final games, and we have both 2-0 leads. So I would assume that at least one of those guys are going to win. But yeah, welcome back to the Sportsville. We are going to talk about that. We might do a little NBA mock draft, maybe just like the first 10 picks, because that'll be coming up soon. And just talking about some other stuff. Obviously, the NFL schedule did come out. We talked about that last week. But yeah, we'll see what we'll do. Hoop 2K. Good evening, Karate World. Good evening.
Good evening.
So yeah, we're just gonna get right into it. We're gonna pull up the NBA games that we've missed. Let me get them pulled up. And we're gonna go game by game of what we thought. Hold on 1 second. Get it pulled up. And NHL playoffs are happening. I know the Rangers just won in overtime. They're tied 1-1 with the Panthers. And then the Oilers are Stars. I'm not sure who's winning that, but please don't let the Stars win. All right. Today's Friday. It's Wednesday, Sunday. Okay.
So Oilers beat the Stars in double overtime or whatever it was. So they're up 1-0. So Oilers lead 1-0.
And then Panthers, Rangers are 1-1. I have the Rangers go. Okay, hold on a second. Oh, it's Rangers and Oilers. Or basically anyone but the Stars. Okay. Okay, there we go. All right, let's look at these games. So we left off on let me go up a bit. Holy crap, I went way back. Never mind. Okay, we left off on this game. It's a pretty fun game. So let's get to where our new games. Let's start Friday, game 7, Pacers. Or no, that's not game 7. That's game 6. All right. Game 6, Pacers tie it. They were just a better team this game. Knicks did not look prepared. And obviously they've been dealing with a lot of injuries, like Julius Randle being out, which, by the way, is really underrated. And, yeah, just seeing how it went. And then, obviously, I think they start their players way, way too often. And I think a lot of these injuries are because of the coach, because he starts them way too often. Tyrese looked pretty good this game. And it was a good game by them to force game 7, which is good to see. And then we have the Mavericks sending the Thunder home. I think they blew a big lead here.
20-point lead blown.
Yeah.
And so, Thunder are already shopping Josh Giddey.
I'm good. All right, but then we got the Pacers beating the Knicks by 30 at their home, beating them in game 7. Obviously, Jalen Brunson left. But I don't even think that you can blame this game on that, because even when they were playing, they were just not playing as good. The Pacers controlled the game the whole time. And I do think that they did have Julius to probably win this game. And I think their season was held back a lot by injuries and just choking in the playoffs. Or maybe they're just them being exhausted because they've been starting like 40 minutes every game, especially Josh Hart. But I do know what's his name? John DiVincenzo, that's how you say his name. Dante
DiVincenzo.
He was really good. Had like almost 40 points this game. He was going off. He was the only one that stepped up. Everyone else couldn't do anything. Jalen Brunson was not the best. Josh Hart was all right, but I think he left in at the third quarter. So just injuries. I think if this team was healthy, they would have won it all. And we'll see what they can do next year when they're healthy. But the Knicks, they have a good future ahead of them. And Pacers, I don't know how they're in the conference finals. All right, but let's get to where were we? We're right here. Okay, then we got game 7, Timberwolves. Oh, this was a good game. So obviously, didn't start off so good. At halftime, they had a 15-point lead. Then in the beginning of the third quarter, 20-point lead, and I think I did lose all hope. Jamal Murray was amazing, like 27 points, 22 points in the first half. Jokic was really good, and I think the biggest thing, Anthony Edwards was just awful in the first half. Wasn't really doing anything. Couldn't get anything done. But we need to start making a comeback. Karl-Anthony Towns played amazing. Rudy Gobert played amazing. And we just started playing and Anthony Edwards started stepping up on defense, only allowing 7 points against Jamal Murray in the whole second half. Jokic was awful from the three-point line. He only sat 1 minute. He was exhausted, and we just put the heat on. And we came back from a 20-point lead, won the game. And Anthony Edwards, although he did play pretty bad, at the end of the game, he had 2 amazing free-point shooters that basically won the game, and also had a steal from Jamal Murray that he went for a dunk, and then that was also so. Yeah, he did turn the heat on at the end of the game. Win Game 7, biggest comeback in Game 7 at halftime history. I think that's what they said. So yeah, really good game. Our first time going to conference finals since 2004, which was 20 years ago on the day, which is also Kevin Garnett's birthday. So this is just a really good game. And like I said, no matter how it goes with the Mavericks, which is not going good, I'm happy for how far this team came, and I think we got a pretty bright future. But yeah, well, what do you think about the Timberwolves vs Nuggets Game 7? And I'll say one last thing. We did come back, obviously the biggest comeback from halftime history in Game 7. That also means the biggest collapse. So that means the Nuggets just collapsed at the halftime. I think it was a lot because the coaching, exhaustion, as Jamal Murray was just not playing as good. And either the defending champs, they weren't playing like defending champs. And yeah, I think no defending champs made it back to the conference for like 5-6 years. So I guess it's gonna stay that way. But yeah, what do you think about this game, World?
This is the best Game 7 I've seen in a while. Really, really entertaining. Nuggets were up by 20 at the half. So a lot of people thought it was over. And then all of a sudden, Minnesota claws their way back into it. They get the lead and they get it done. Jaden McDaniels absolutely stepped up. He and Cat.
He had 3 consecutive 20-point games. He's been amazing.
McDaniels has been playing his heart out, man. Respect to him.
And then Cat, 12 rebounds, 23 points. He was amazing.
And Gobert was playing some really good defense on Jokic. He was clamping him up in the second half.
Yeah, he even had a fadeaway on him. That was hilarious.
And Michael Porter Jr. was absolutely terrible in this series. Like, I don't think there was one game. I don't think there was one game where he scored over 10 points. Like this game, he only had 7 points, and like
Aaron Gordon
7 of 17 from the field. And Aaron Gordon wasn't good. Like everybody besides Jokic and Murray were terrible. Like, and Murray in the second half only scored 7 points. That's not good. But yeah, shout out to Minnesota. I'm happy for them. And even if they don't get to the finals, you should still be proud that you made it this far, because a lot of people before the season predicted that there was just going to be a playing team again, because we're basically running the same roster back, same starting 5, same bench. But a lot of people improved, and I forgot to mention Naz Reid, man, what a player, man. Undrafted at a LSU, and he goes to winning a 6th Man of the Year award, first Timberwolves to do so. Massive respect to him, man.
Yeah, he's been amazing, especially in this game we're going to talk about soon, but he's been amazing. All right, let's talk about the first conference final, Game 1, Celtics versus Pacers. Now, about this series, I really think it's going to be Celtics in 4. It should be Celtics in 4, because if you really think about it, Pacers are only here because the Knicks were injured up and they choked. And if you just look at, I'm not trying to describe the Celtics because I'm not going to say they're a bad team. I'm just saying, they just haven't had too much competition, if we're being honest. From whatever it was to hear from Jimmy Butler, Donovan Mitchell for like 1 or 2 games. And then now this, you play the Pacers, which I'm not going to say they're a bad team. They're just, nowhere near a conference finals team. They're nowhere like the Mavericks or Timberwolves or really anyone else, the Timberwolves or Celtics, or not Celtics, Mavericks and all these West teams that are going head-to-head in really cruising games. Celtics just get a kind of a, Mickey Mouse teams here. And it's kind of upsetting, but it is what it is. But even with this game, it was a really close game. It was jab for jab, blow for blow until the fourth quarter. Pacers were up. It's probably one of the worst officiating I've ever seen in my life. I think Jason Tatum had like 20 points just from the free throw. And Tatum was off from the 3-point line. But they have the ball. Tyrese is running down the field, and he just freaking drops the ball. They get the ball back. Jaylen Brown hits a 3 or something. And then, they eventually just win it. They get the overtime, and they win it. It was just an embarrassing game. And if we're going to talk about Game 2, I mean, the amount of turnovers that the Pacers had And like I remember, I don't think they made a three for like a whole like half of a quarter
6 minutes
or any
only.
point. Like they were like this team is just not good. They have their moments, and you got to be at no matter if it's an injured team, you have to be good or at least all right to some degree to make the conference finals. But like, oh, I just wish the Celtics had more of a fight. It just makes me mad that they don't. So yeah, World, what do you think about Game One, Pacers Celtics? We think.
This is probably like one of the best game ones I've seen in a while. Because like I love overtime games because they're so exciting. Like they have you on the edge of your seat. Um, Now the fact that we went to overtime with this team is not a good look, but the important thing is we got the win. Jalen Brown, man, was the hero of this game. I believe he had like what 20. I can't remember how many points he had in this game.
Yeah,
But the
yeah,
next
yeah.
game we'll talk about soon. But Tatum, he did have 36 points, but his 3-point shooting has been awful. Like it has been so bad. Um,
Yeah,
it's
30% from the
getting
3 point line.
worse. Like it's getting worse. Like he was better at shooting threes when he was a rookie. It just seems that after 2021, when he got like that big, buff and he went from 6'6" to 6'8", he's struggled shooting threes since. So I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the weight gain. I don't know if it's the muscle. I don't know what it is. I don't understand it. I don't get it. But just do me a favor. Stop jacking up threes. Just drive to the paint. Just do what you're good at. You have other shooters around you. You have Derek White. You have Jalen Brown. You have Drew Holiday to a degree. Even Peyton Pritchard off the bench. Like you don't need to be jacking up threes every freaking play. So
Yeah, he shoots
just
way too
play
much.
defense and just drive to the paint. And that's all I got to say. But really entertaining game. Credit to
It
the
was
Pacers for making it competitive because they almost stole one on us. But
bad.
I'm gonna say is Celtics. How many wake up calls do you need? Um, but other than that, this is one of my favorite playoff games of the year. Really entertaining, really exciting. This one had me on the edge of my seat for once. So that's all I have to say. So, and let's just be honest. If Giannis wasn't injured, the Pacers wouldn't even get this far. Like the
Yeah,
Bucks would have beaten them if Giannis was healthy. And
yeah,
not saying that to discredit the Pacers. I like the way they've been playing. Siakam's been great. Halliburton's been great. Which we got Halliburton injury news, which we'll talk about that in the next game. But
that's true.
let's move on.
All right. So Game One, Timberwolves versus Mavericks in the conference finals at home. Lose a game at home by 3 points. It was a good game. Anthony Edwards is really good in the first half. Just really was just exhausted in the second half. And I mean, if I'm being honest, Kyrie kind of cooked him offensively and defensively, especially in the second half. Luka had 33 points, Kyrie at 30. They combined him 63 points just together, and they were just basically unstoppable. I think we're playing good. We're playing good ball, good defense. We had our offensive moments. It just wasn't consistent, especially in the fourth quarter. We actually had a pretty big lead in the beginning, but we kind of blew it. But yeah, I think I wasn't too upset about this. It is just game one. We just came off a really excruciating game seven game where it was a lot of really hard fought winning game. Especially just coming back from 3-2 against the Nuggets. So I wasn't too upset about this game. Obviously, losing games in against a competitive team like the Mavericks in the conference finals at home, you don't want to lose home games. But I said, as long as you don't lose the next game, this should not be a problem. But we'll talk about that later. But just to stay on subject of this game, it was a pretty good game. Obviously, as you can see, PJ Washington 13 points, Luka 33, Kyrie 30, and then for the Timberwolves, Jaden McDaniels was in our 20-point game. He was amazing, great from the 3 point. And Edwards with 11 rebounds, 19 points, 8 assists. He was playing pretty good. It's just his stats are a bit deflated because he just was nowhere at the end of the game. Maybe I really think they should have sat him more because he was just exhausted. And we actually did sit him quite a bit in the game too, and that still did not matter. So I don't know what we need to do. We see how to keep blitzing on the defense because that's the only way we were winning. All right, but what do you think about game one, Mavericks Timberwolves?
Oh man, this is really entertaining. I felt both teams played good, and I think the Timberwolves had it for like most of the game, and then the Mavericks kind of just came out of nowhere, and they just hit clutch shots at the end, and Timberwolves kind of just got unlucky. Like Cat had like a putback slam, and the refs didn't count it. And I guess apparently it was like an offensive interference for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't understand why. But I
Officiating's
just
not the
thought,
best.
yeah, I thought that was a bad call. But really good game. Credit to both teams. Luka and Kyrie scored 30 plus. So
Yeah.
good for them. Just the Mavericks role players have been really stepping up. Washington's been good. Lively's been pretty good off the bench as a rookie. Gafford's been a great addition for them. So
Lively was
um,
pretty good this game.
yeah,
Game 2 also. All right.
yeah.
Game 2, Pacers Celtics. Celtics win by 16 at home. This was just a lot better game by them. But I would say this game is not more about them being good. It's a lot more about the Pacers being bad because they were for so many times. Like this game was so frustrating because the Pacers just could not hit a free to save their life. Tyrese was awful. The turnovers, they had like 16 turnovers. We'll just look at the stats right now. Um, only yeah. I'm not gonna try his name. Say his name. Siakam. He is
Siakam, yeah.
he's been terrific, especially the last 2 games. He's like the only person that looks like he want to play. Tyrese with only 10 points, four rebounds. I think he did lead the game in the beginning of the fourth quarter. And the Celtics, Jason Tatum with 23 points, Jaylen Brown 40. He's been really good. Um, but yeah, just looking at these stats right here, they were 47 and 88, 15 and 37 from the 3 point line, and then 17 from 20 from the free throws because they get a lot of free throws. And then, yeah, if you just look at them, they were 11 and 29, the 3 point line, 44 and 80, 44 and 84. And also, where is the turnovers? 16 turnovers this game. So they just, and then 23 fouls. So it's just, this team just does not look like a good competitive team. And you can't really discredit the Celtics for that. But, I really don't think the Celtics have proven enough to me that they could compete with the Mavericks and Timberwolves, even what happened in the regular season. But we'll see what they do because I think for the Celtics, they've been a super team for so long. They've been at the top of the seed. If they make the finals and they don't win it, then I think they have to do something. I think they have to win the finals this year to prove that they're not just a bunch of chokers in the playoffs, where they make it really far, really high, and they just can't actually win it all. Because they definitely have the players to do it to some degree. I just don't know if they actually have that, I don't know if they have that, mentality and that winning thing where they can go into a game 7 against either the Timberwolves or Mavericks and come out with a win. I don't know if they could do that. But with this game, they won by quite 16. I'm not going to say they were a bad team. I just think this game was a lot more decided on the Pacers playing bad than the Celtics playing good. And I think that's really unfortunate, not only because I want the Celtics to have a better chance to lose, also because I just want actually good competitive basketball in a conference final. And the East just been injured up all year, so it's just been rough. All right, well, what do you think about Game 2, Celtics Pacers?
I feel like we won this game more convincingly. Obviously we won by a lot more points. Pacers turnovers were just horrendous. Like they went like this. They were off to a good start. They had the
They left
lead.
guys wide open too, wide open for the free. The amount of time
Yeah,
that Celtics were wide open, it was
yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah, and like they almost went 6 minutes without scoring a field goal.
I know.
Um, I'm like, oh my gosh. And there were moments where the Pacers were in there. There were some moments where it was competitive, but by the time fourth quarter ran around, the Celtics just slammed their foot on the gas pedal like they should, and just ran away with it, and they got it done. And bad news for Pacers fans. Tyrese Halliburton re-aggravated his hamstring from January, which that kept him out for 10 games. So it's very possible he misses the rest of the series, and that is a huge blow to Indiana.
And I don't know if it would even matter anyway. But yeah, obviously, I don't want to make too much judgment on the Celtics because we just really haven't seen what they're made of because they really haven't had too much competitive people. They did play the Cavs with Donovan Mitchell. I think they won and lost one with both Mitchell. So we're gonna have to see what they actually do when they play either the Mavericks or Timberwolves. Um, right now, I don't know if I have so much confidence that they could make it to a game 7 if any of those teams. But we'll see what they can do. But all right, let's talk about the game tonight. Game 2, pace Mavericks win by 1, taking a 2-0 lead, and we're going to Dallas. Oh man, it was just we had an 18-point lead, blew it. Anthony Edwards, he's just been bad these last couple games. Even when the Nuggets game, I know he came alive at the end, but he's just not been. I mean, he was averaging like 33 not too long ago. Now I think he's averaging like 26 in the whole playoff series. So he just has not been good at all. Um, he has not been really good at blocking Kyrie at all. And Kyrie just been holding him down quite a bit. Luka has just been unstoppable. I think he's the real MVP. And obviously, we're just going to talk about the end where where it's the end. It's like 40 seconds left. You have like we have a 3-point, no, we have a 2-point lead. Anthony Edwards, like 20 seconds, he throws the ball, like lands on someone's foot, and then the Mavs get the ball back. The Mavs get it, and instead of Luka trying to go in and try to tie it up, he shoots from the free right over Naz Reid. He hits it. We have 2 seconds left on the clock. They get a 1-point lead. We try to do something. Give it to Anthony Edwards. Throw back to Naz Reid. Naz Reid shoots. It's a miss. Game over. And yeah, I'll say real quick, Naz Reid's been amazing this game. He was like 6, and he made more free throws. He made more free points than the whole team, and they attempted like 22 times, and he only attempted like 10 times or 9 times. So he was amazing this game. And Rudy, not the best. Karl Towns is pretty good, and now Anthony Edwards is not becoming alive at all. But I think we're losing these 1-point games with Anthony Edwards not playing so good. If Anthony Edwards can just come to life, as we've seen him come and perform before, I think we could easily win this series because these are 1-point games. Because I'll be honest, Luka was not good in the first half. He had a lot of turnovers. Kyrie only had like 17 points or 16 points on tap, but he did do pretty good in the fourth quarter. So I think if we can actually Anthony Edwards can come to life and they can find the rhythm again, then it can do it. It's just unfortunate that we have a 2-0. We blew it. We're down 0-2, and now we're going to Dallas. I think they're gonna win at least one of those, and then that's 3-1, and then obviously that's almost near impossible. But I think Timberwolves, we have to win these next 2 games. It's gonna be really, really hard to do it, but we have to win these next 2 games, and then we can take one loss, but I don't know. It's just a really difficult spot. You never want to be down to 0-2. But, I've lost faith in this team before, and I've kept faith in the team before, and they've always found a way to shock me. So I'm still going to root for them. I first thought Wolfson 6, because we swept them in the regular season. I thought we could have them. But I thought, and now obviously we're 0-2. I don't, this time be Wilson's. I don't think they're going to go on a 4 streak. That'd be awesome. I doubt it. So now I'm going to say Wilson 7. But if they somehow get a 3-0 lead, oh, brother. I mean, who knows? Who knows? All right, well, what do you think about this game? Celtics, motherfucker. Timberwolves versus Mavericks, game 2.
Just really unfortunate situation for Minnesota, down 0-2, and you have to go into Dallas in a must-win situation. Now, I'm not going to write off the Timberwolves because the Nuggets were in a similar situation, and they were able to tie it up on the road. So if they can do it, I think the Timberwolves can do it. But Mavericks have been pretty good at home. They've only lost like a couple. I think they've only lost twice at their home floor this year, if I'm not mistaken, in the playoffs. But it looks like the Timberwolves are going to run away with it because they had an 18-point lead. But once again, Dallas claws back into it, starts hitting clutch shots. Kyrie hits a 3 to cut the lead down to 2. Edwards throws the ball out of bounds on accident. And then Luka dances on Gobert, hits a clutch 3, takes the game, and that's all she wrote. And if I were the coach, I would have had McDaniels on Luka instead of Gobert, but that's just me.
I don't know. McDaniels is like 50 pounds, and Luka's like a beast. I don't know if he could. I mean, maybe like not. I don't know if he could go man on man on him. That's the only problem. I know he's 6'9", but like Luka's a big dude. So when they're in the paint, that's not going to be good at all. But I will say this. One last thing I will say about this. This was really a must-game win for the circumstances. But this next game is genuinely a must-win game. Going to Dallas, down 0-2, is just as important as a free Game 7, in my opinion, because no team in the NBA that came out with 3-0. And this is a team that, I'm sorry, I really don't. I think that has never been broken for a reason because it's almost near impossible to win 4 straight while not allowing one win, especially when that team is beating you 3 times straight. But hey, we came down 3-2 against the Nuggets when everyone thought that it was over. Everyone thought we had no chance against the Suns, but they swept us in the regular season. We went 4-0 against them, and no matter what happens, I think I'm really happy with this team. I just really hope it's not a sweep. I hope we can at least get to Game 6. If it's Game 5, that will suck, but if we can at least get to Game 6, I'll be happy. But we'll see what we can do. I just really am not liking the idea of having to root for either the Celtics or Mavericks. I'll have to make my decision when that time comes, if it does come, and it was going to be a really hard decision. Because, I don't know. I do like Luka. I don't want Dallas to win, especially since they just beat us. But also, if you lose to the champions, a little less embarrassing. Also, Celtics, if they lose, they'll have nothing to say. And if they do beat the Mavericks, like the whole narrative I've been trying to push that they can't beat good teams, well, I look like an idiot. So I don't know what I'm going to do. We'll have to see if that happens. My dream scenario was Timberwolves versus Pacers, which is still technically possible, but that would be quite a turn of events. We'll see what happens. But yeah, really unfortunate. But like I said, happy we came this far. I just really want that we could at least get to the finals. I don't even care if we lost. I mean, obviously, I'd care if we lost it, but we could at least get to that finals. That would just be such a big moment for, this team and this history. And it's just not going to happen, unfortunately. But yeah, we're going to do NBA mock draft real quick. We'll just do the first 10 picks. And yeah, we'll do that. And then World, you can have your own list too. Throw Bronny James to the Hawks or pick one. Is that going to have?
Nope.
Look at that stats. He averages what? He averages 2 points a game. I don't know what the hell. I don't know. You shouldn't be getting drafted, in my opinion, but whatever. There's only 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And for the first time ever, draft is going to be 2 days. The first round is on day 1, and then second round is day 2, of course.
That's weird. Okay. We'll get World in here. So let's do the first 10 picks. What the hell? All right, so we're going to start the first pick. Okay, this is not the right draft. Why did the Spurs have the pick? Hold on. I think I have the 2022 one. Yeah, that's 2023. Jeez. Which is a way better draft class than this one, but still pretty good. All right, my fault.
2025 is supposed to be way better.
Yeah, I heard. Okay, well, I'll just do mine real quick. I'll just do my first 10 real quick, then you can go. All right, we're going to start with the Hawks. Pick 1. This is obviously Alexander Starr. You need a center. He's the best one available. They're going to want to get him. Wizards. Could go topic here. Yeah, I'm going to go Nikola topic. All right. Rockets, they're going to go ahead and get this mother trucker from French, which I'm not going to try to pronounce his name. Spurs. Reed Shepard, he was really good. I remember watching him in March Madness. All right, Pistons. I think they should go. Dominant Kingle or Kingin, whatever his name is. And then Hornets. Little Stephen Castle. Trailblazers. Yeah, you got to go. Matters. And Spurs get another pick, and they should definitely get Cody Williams out of Colorado. And then the Grizzlies. I'll go Ron Holland, and then the Jazz. I'm gonna go another guy out of French. Out of those, pretty good. All right, World. You can do your first 10 picks. I don't want to do a full draft. Who do I want the Timberwolves to get? I'm looking at some mock drafts. 1 second. And they have us taking. Let me find if I let me see if I remember his name. It's like Tyson something. Yeah, Jalen Tyson out of California. That's what they think we're going to get a guard. So we'll see if that actually happens, bro. Why does he keep making it the 2023 draft?
Hmm.
I don't know. Okay. Oh yeah, there we go. Jeez. All right, world. First 10 picks, and yeah, Bernie James might just go to the Lakers. I mean,
Yeah.
they'll make history. The first father and son to lose together. It'll be really cool.
Hmm.
All right, because
All right.
they're going to own it. All right, pick one.
All right. First pick. Am I good to go?
Yep.
Okay. First pick, the Hawks take Alex Sarr. I think he's clearly the best prospect in this draft. 7'1", he can play power forward and center. They need a big man. Clint Capella's getting old. He's got a 1-year deal left on his contract. Might as well trade him now, get assets while he's still valuable, and Alex Sarr can be that replacement.
I agree. Sorry about that. All right, Wizards.
The Wizards go ahead and take Nikola Topic. They need a playmaking guard like him. Jordan Poole sucks. I'm sorry. He's just not good anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. He just fell off a cliff. He's not the answer going forward. And I think Nikola would be a good. I think Topic would be a good fit for this team. So the Wizards just need talent at this point.
Yeah, they need something. All right, Rockets.
Okay, I could see the Rockets trading this pick because they already have a nice young core established and they have some veterans to mentor the young guys. But if they stay pat and pick, I think they will take Zachary Richashir. I probably said it wrong, but it is what it is. He's French. That name looks so hard to pronounce, but
Yeah.
that's just what I'm going with.
All right,
Um,
Spurs.
All right, the Spurs. I have them taking Rob Dillingham from Kentucky. They need a point guard to pair with Wemby to run the pick and roll. But he was pretty good in Kentucky, and I just love the fit for them.
Okay. Wait, I don't think I picked the right guy. Oh, golly, whatever. My fault. We'll just pretend. All right, Pistons.
All right, I have the Pistons taking Reed Shepard. They just need shooting at this point because everybody except Kate Cunningham is not a good shooter. Jaden Ivey's kind of struggled. Asar can't shoot. And then obviously Duran and Stewart aren't shooters, they're centers. So they need a guy like Shepard. Shepard's 3-point shooting, like off the bench or something, because that was a huge problem for this team. This team went on a 29 game losing streak. The Pistons just need
Yeah.
something and they need shooting. And shooting is a really bad problem for them. And they need to turn things around, and it needs to happen quick.
Yeah. All right, Hornets.
I have them taking Stephon Castle. You get a shooting guard to pair next to LaMelo. And in case LaMelo gets injured, which he usually does, you can have Castle play the one. Um, so I like that pick. It makes a lot of sense for them.
All right, we got the Trailblazers.
The Blazers taking Mattis Buzelis. They have enough guards as it is. They have Scoot, they have Sharp, they have Brogdon, they have Simons. They don't need any more guards. They have too many guards as it is. They need forwards and big men, and they need a guy like Buzelis.
All right, the Spurs again.
All right, Spurs. I have them taking Cody Williams out of Colorado. Very good defensive wing, can hit a couple threes, can hit a couple mid range. He's a guy that can come off the bench, and if they want to move on from like Keldon Johnson or something, he could be his replacement. And he's actually the younger brother of Jalen Williams, the Thunder forward. So that's pretty interesting.
All right, Grizzlies.
This one's a no-brainer. Donovan Clingan. You get a center to pair with Jaren Jackson Jr., so you can move him back to the power forward. Perfect fit. Um, be a huge steal for the Grizzlies, in my opinion.
Him falling to 9 would be crazy. He was amazing. I think they didn't you kind of win the championship?
Yeah, they did back to back.
Yeah. Jazz.
Jazz. I have them taking Dalton Connect from Tennessee. He had a pretty good season, 21 points per game. Pretty good 3-point shooter. Defense is the best, but there's always room for improvement.
Yeah. All right. Well, those are top 10 picks. Well, I'll ask you. I don't think you guys have it picked out. Picked out a second. Who do you have? Who do you want the Celtics to get?
Just a center, or whoever the best is available. Because I mean, if we win the championship this year, I'm confident Al Horford's going to retire. He's 38 or he's 37 or 38. I can't remember, but he's going to be like 39 in June, and you can tell he's slowing down, and he's just not what he used to be. He's just too old at this point. He's kind of lost his 3-point shot, and he's just kind of a little bit slow on defense. So I would not be surprised if he retired this year, and you need center depth if that's the case. So I would just take the best center available or just trade the pick for something. But we'll see.
Yeah. Speaking of just like people being older, like in the NBA, I just want to give a shout out to Mike Conley, real quick, because I know he's really really old, and like this playoffs he's been phenomenal. He doesn't get talked about enough. He is definitely the best 3-point free shooter on this team. He is terrific. Even tonight, I was watching him. He just makes insane 3 points, and for his age, is really cool, really awesome to see. So that's good for him. But we're gonna do one last thing, guys. We're gonna talk a little about the NBA. I feel like we'll do NFL with a tier list real quick. I was thinking about doing a running back tier list in the NFL of, just running backs. So yeah, that'll be pretty fun to do. I know we did a wide receiver and a quarterback, so we can do running backs now. Maybe one day we could do like a whole defense or maybe D line, because like that defense, my whole defense might take a while. I think we did a corner tier list at least at one point. Yeah, we got all the running backs here. Yeah, I'll go. All right, we could just do them together. No idea who that is right there, but we're gonna skip him. All right, Christian McCaffrey. We can all agree he's S tier or elite tier, I guess. Kenneth Walker is really underrated. He had a great year this year. Got a couple of injuries though. I don't know if I put him in tier 2 or tier 3. I think he's like bottom tier 2. We're gonna put him tier 2 for now. I think he is really, really good. I think he's gonna have a break year this year, especially with the quarterback room kind of declining. I feel like they're gonna depend on his run game quite a bit. So yeah. All right, then Devin Singletary now on the Giants. He's been pretty good. He had over 1,000 yards over scrimmage. He was on the Texans this year. Obviously played for the Bills. Yeah, I think he had 800 yards this game or this year. Had a lot of good games. Like he had 100, like 200 yard games. So I think he's a really underrated running back. One of the most flashiest running back, but he gets the job done. So I'm gonna put him. I'm also gonna put him. I put him in tier 3. He's a solid running back. He's nothing elite, but he's also not bad. So he's really good. All right. Well, he's good. All right, Ezekiel Elliott. I don't know, man. He is just really washed. I'm not gonna put him. I won't put him in tier 5. I don't know. I'll put him bottom. I think I will put him in tier 4. I mean, he's still all right for like short gains, but like
Probably
not
red
much.
zone targets.
Yeah, not much to say. And then Brees Hall. I think he's a great running back. Had a pretty
Really
good
good.
year. I'm also gonna put him in tier 2. I'm gonna put him bottom though. I think Kenneth Walker's a little bit better. But he's a good running back. All right. The Leonard Fournette just been awful this year. He just fell off a cliff. I think he's on the Bills now. He was on the Bucks in the beginning of the year, and now he was not that good, and then traded the Bills, and they didn't really use him. I'm about to put him in tier 4. I'll put him behind Ezekiel Elliott. He's just not been the best. All right, Josh Jacobs. He's been injured a couple times, but he is still really, really good. Really elite, still an elite running back. I'm going to put him in an elite tier. Obviously behind Chris McCaffrey, because he's the best running back in the NFL, so that's not going to change. But yeah, he's a great running back. Now on the Packers, so he didn't have I think he'll be really, really good there. Yeah. All right, that's DeAndre Swift now, who's on the Bears. He is pretty good. He had a great year at the Eagles. I know the offensive line is really good or was really good at that time, but he's still pretty good. He's still also really good on the line. So I think it's pretty good. I'm going to put him in tier 3. I'm going to put him I'll put him behind Singletary because the Texans O-line is not the best, and he's still at 800 yards. So I'll put him right behind Singletary. All right, Nick Chubb. Dealt with some injuries, but that guy's still a beast.
Still really good.
I think he's going to have at least 500 yards this season because if he's healthy. And also the quarterback room is not the best. So I'm going to put him over Josh Jacobs. Obviously, I think he's behind Chris McCaffrey, but he's pretty dang good. Not sure who that is. We got Jamal Williams. He kind of fell off. I think he's in the Saints, I believe. I'll put him at the top of tier 4. And he was still pretty good like last year when he was on the Lions or whatever team he was on. But, yeah, not too much to say about him now. All right, then. Jonathan Taylor. Also, running back dealt with a lot of injuries, but when he was healthy, he had 1,800 yards, which is in like the top 10 all the time. Still really good, but since he has been a little inconsistent lately, I'm going to put him behind Josh Jacobs. But he is definitely has potential to go ahead. And that Colts O-line is really good, so I don't know if he has too much of an excuse. All right, then we got James Cook. James Cook. All right, we'll be honest about Saquon. He's been really good with the position he's been in. Had 400 yards last year. He's a great receiving back. This year, he still almost had it. Yes, he can get 800. And obviously, with the second worst offensive lineman in NFL history, if we're including at least the pathing protection. So, yeah, he still is pretty good. I think he's just, not as dominant as he used to be. We saw a lot of fumbles and, hasn't been the best on like the short carries. But when he can get free, he has great eye. He has great eyes. He can break tackles. He's really flashy. But obviously, with all the injuries he's been dealing with, he has been declining a little bit. But declining from where he was not too long ago is not that far off. So I'm going to put him right behind Nick Chubb. You could make a case of him being ahead of Nick Chubb, but Nick Chubb's peak was better than Saquon's peak, and we'll see what he can do with a better offensive line than the Eagles. But if it was 2018. Saquon with that Eagles O-line, he would go for 2,000. I just don't know if that's the same Saquon, even though he still is pretty good. All right, James Cook, Cowboys father. We got 2 Cowboys fathers right here. Oh my gosh, this whole family reunion. All right, James Cook. He is really good. I'm gonna put him top of tier 3. He's not getting a crazy elite running back, but he definitely gets the job done. So I think he's a pretty good running back. All right, Aaron Jones. He's good when he gets in his zone, but he's a little inconsistent. Oh, we got Tristan. What's up, Tristan?
What's up?
Perfect
Who's your
timing.
running back to your list?
Yeah. Running back.
Yeah, we're talking about NBA. But yeah, Aaron Jones, he's just a little inconsistent, but I think he's still pretty good.
He's always consistent when it comes to beating my team's ass.
Yeah, and he's amazing. He has an amazing playoff game. Yeah, 3 touchdowns against the Cowboys. If this was last year,
I got to worry about
elite tier, but since he kind of fell off a bit, I'm going to put him top of tier 3. We just need to see more from him. It's just been a little inconsistent, but when he is playing good, he play good. Obviously, he's now in the Vikings now. We'll see what he can do there. All right, Raheem Mostert. He had like 18 touchdowns, but most of them are like from the 1-yard line. But he still was pretty good. As a running back, though, I don't know if I'll put him too high. I'll probably put him bottom of tier 3. He's really good for those touchdowns in scrimmage, but not a really running back that's going to go for 80-yard touchdown or anything. I don't even know who these guys are right here. And is that the Jags running back? I think it is. Or no? Okay.
What are some of these running backs?
Okay.
Well,
all right, there's the Jags running back. What's his name? Like Emmett?
Travis Etienne. Or no.
Etienne. Yeah, Etienne was really good this year.
Travis Etienne.
Yeah, I'm gonna put him right behind Kenneth Walker. You could make a case of him going over, but this is like his only really truly good year. So we're gonna see him if he can continue that. But really good year, really good for fantasy football. All right, then we got AJ Dillon. He's a really good running back too. He comes in and gets the job done really fast. I'm probably gonna put him top of tier 4. He still is a running back too, but he is still really good. All right, All right, Tony Pollard.
He's like,
Titan.
all right.
At 1,000, he's pretty good. I'd probably put him.
Yeah. He
Cowboys offensive
barely
line.
got
Cowboys
1,000.
offensive line was really good though. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's why I feel he got 1,000 because our O line.
I
Without the O
put him.
line,
Put him
I feel he's not good.
right in
He can be pushed to tier 4 without the O line possibly.
Yeah, we'll just see what he does in Titans. Titans also a good offensive line.
I hope he does good,
JC.
but like it's possible. It's just the O line carrying his ass.
I'm put him in tier 3, like in the middle of it.
Yeah,
we'll see what he can do.
so
We got Jahmyr Gibbs, who had a really good year this year, almost 1,000 yards. I'm gonna put Jahmyr Gibbs like. Yeah, he didn't have 1,000 yards, but you actually watch him and like the way he played, and he started off really low, but later in the season he just came alive. So I'm actually gonna put him top of tier 3, and I think he could move up in the top of tier 2 after this year.
Yeah.
I know the line got a lot of criticism after taking him because they could have traded down and got him, and people are not. You're like supposed to be like a late first round pick, and they did not need a running back because they still had Swift, but then they traded him obviously. But yeah, it looked like it worked out for him. So yeah. All right, but then we got Derrick Henry. Still amazing. Still had 1,000 yards, and he's still just a beast. And now he's going to the Ravens. I think he's terrific. I think he's the second best running back in the NFL. We'll see what he can do.
Maybe this year he could be the best one. Who knows?
I definitely think he has potential to get like to 2,000, especially with like the whole hip tackle thing. So yeah. All right, Isaiah Pacheco. He's been really good. He's these last couple seasons. He's a really hard runner. Really good.
He's like a top like tier 3, tier 4.
I think I put him right here.
He's a hard runner. I'll give him that.
He's definitely a good running back. All right, Joe Mixon had a great year, had 1,000 yards and like 400 receiving yards. And that was with the Bengals offensive line and with a backup quarterback for most of it. So I think he's really, really good. I don't know why the Bengals let him go because the Texans gave him a really small contract unless he just wanted to leave. Yeah. I'm gonna put him top of tier 2. He is borderline elite. I think he's really good. Definitely not washed that he still has. I think he's going to be amazing in Houston because Devin Singletary got 800 yards there. Who knows what Joe Mixon can do there?
Yeah, that's gonna be good. Yeah.
All right, then we got Kareem Hunt. In 2016, this would have been S tier, but I'm probably gonna put him. I'll put him right here. He's still a good running back too, but like, I don't know. I might actually put him like right here by Najee Dillon. Alvin Kamara. S tier at beating people in bars, but as a running back, kind of in a little bit declining, but he's still pretty good. I would probably put him right behind James Cook. He has a lot more stuff to do. All right, then we got, is that David Montgomery? All right, David Montgomery, who was really, really good for the Lions this year. Him and Jahmyr Gibbs are both amazing. I'm going to put him right behind Swift. He was really good. All right, Austin Eckler. Mid.
He's like the definition of mid. Like he's never.
I would probably put him. I would put him top of tier 3. He's still a good running back. Just last year he was a top 10. Now I don't know. If he's even top 15 or top 20. All right, but Kyrie Williams from the Rams, who was really, really good. He had a breakout year, and he was terrific. I'm going to put him right here, and has potential to going higher. I don't know. The Rams always just have good running backs for some reason. So, yeah. All right, then we got James Conner, who had a pretty good year.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
James Conner, I'd put him right behind Singletary. It's a pretty good running back. And then
the Patriots for him.
What's his name? Ramon Stevenson.
Ramondre Stevenson. He's all right.
Yeah, he's a pretty good running back.
I'll probably put him starter
right over James Conner. And then we got Bijan Robinson. Had a great year. And they didn't even use him a lot. If they use him more, he'll be even higher. But right now, I'm putting him right behind Joe Mixon. He has potential to be an S tier running back next year. He is. If you just watch him play, he is terrific. Reminds me a lot of like rookie Saquon Barkley, just like how flashy he is, how he can move, and how he can break tackles. He just has like it's like what you want for a running back.
Yeah.
And he was amazing in Texas too. Okay, we'll do Najee Harris real quick.
Najee Harris.
He's really good, just really slow. So that's one thing.
He looks like he's running in slow mo. So
Yeah, Najee, I'll put him right behind James Cook.
he's a bulky dude, but like he looks like so slow when he runs.
All right, so
It's actually painful.
We'll do top 20 running backs. Number 1, Christian McCaffrey. Number 2, Henry. 3, Chubb. 4, Barkley. 5, Jacobs. 6, Taylor. 7, Mixon. 8, Bijan. 9, Williams. 10, Kenneth Walker. 11, Jaguars running back. Number 12, Isaiah Pacheco. 13, Brees Hall. 14, Austin Eckler. 15, Jahmyr Gibbs. 16, Aaron Jones. 17, James Cook. 18, Najee Harris. 19, Alvin Kamara. And number 20 is Devin Singletary. All right, guys. So there's that running back tier list. Thanks for watching Sportsville. We'll see you guys next time. Pray for my Timberwolves, everyone. We're going to come back. Trust me. And, yeah, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next Friday where hopefully we are not eliminated. Is that – well, hold on. Let's see here. We got tomorrow, Thursday. So, yeah, Friday will be after Game 5. So, we could definitely be gone by then. So, we'll see what can happen. But, guys, thanks for watching this video or live stream. We'll see you guys next week. Always remember, keep gripping those balls. Peace out.
Yo, pause.